Good evening, folks. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2013, and I'm student meteorologist Jason Ducker.
And I'm student meteorologist Erin Clanahan, and a beautiful Tuesday at that.
It certainly sun out. It was a breezy morning. However, that sun did peak out, and temperatures finally began to warm up a little.
Yeah, I would say it was pretty much perfect by this afternoon. Not too hot, not too cold, and we saw the sunshine, and of course the winds to kind of make it feel just a little bit more like fall out there.
More like a fall-like day for sure. But zooming into almost all the way around the world, into Philippines, we have some tropical systems still giving a disturbance over there.
We do. It's been really calm here in the Atlantic Basin, thankfully for us here at home, but Typhoon Haiyan is going to be a dangerous threat to the Philippines and is currently gathering strength.
Yes, projected track is to make landfall by Friday as almost a Category 4 strength, winds around 135 miles an hour. It's certainly a very dangerous situation over there for them.
It is, but the only really good news with this is that once it gets closer to landfall, it is expected to gradually start to weaken a little bit. But Category 4, that's very strong, and thankfully here at home in the Atlantic Basin, we haven't seen any storms reach Category 4 status. So despite the fact that it's been very calm in our neck of the woods, other areas of the world are still seeing the storms.
That certainly is. If you have any folks out there, you certainly want to check up to make sure they're doing okay and they know the preparations making into advancement. However, though, we're going to go ahead and take an overview around the nation, though, with Jay. Jay's how things looking out there?
Things looking very interesting all across the nation. But let's dive right in as our nationals comes up. We see that in the Midwest, they're having some very strong storm activity. And over in Minneapolis, they're getting some few inches of snow there. So just all around in the Midwest, you're getting some long activity. And if you're in the South, you're still seeing those thunderstorms coming in. And if you're in the Tallahassee region, you will be seeing that on Thursday. But let's go into our futurecast. When we set this into motion, that high front started moving its way out, and we started having nice warm temperatures as we have been seeing already. And when we take a look at our weather headlines for today, we have weak front on Thursday, sunny. Friday is going to be all on the talk, so you'll be able to go out, play some volleyball, even play some tennis. And we still seeing that fall-like seasonal conditions, so overall in Tallahassee, it'll be a very nice day. As you look at tonight's forecast, 58 degrees, building clouds. Overall, it's going to be a cool night, so make sure you bring a light jacket just in case. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Jay. Certainly some seasonal conditions around here. In Alaska, though, they did experience a warm October, not very seasonal for them.
No, I wouldn't even classify their October as really cold, which is weird for Alaska because you think of it as being freezing all the time, but temps in the 50s I wouldn't say are freezing.
We have a couple places actually that had some interesting numbers. In Fairbanks, Alaska, the monthly average temperature 36 degrees. Now folks, it is cold for us of course, but around that area it's around 11 degrees above average.
Right, and Anchorage, Alaska actually saw its warmest October since 1915, and for half of the month of October they were in the 50s. Usually for that time of year, high temperatures only peak out in the lower 30s to 40s. So for them, seeing the 50s, that's quite a difference from the 30s. That's the difference between a light sweater and a heavy jacket.
It still gives me the chills, actually, just even hearing those temperatures as averages compared to living in Florida. So certainly see, folks, the clear difference from Alaska, even into Florida, of how the average temperatures range.
Well, now we are going to take a look around Tallahassee right now, see how things are looking out there with Jay.
Thanks, Erin. As you look at the current conditions right now, 73, partly cloudy. Overall, it's been nice and sunny and nice warm temperatures. Nothing to really worry about except for those strong winds that came into our area today. When you look at the current temperatures, 73 in Tallahassee, 68 in Quincy, and 68 in Monticello. Overall, the Big Bend region has been in the upper 60s and lower 70s, except for Apalachicola, which has been 72. It's a little bit higher for around that time in Apalachicola. But overall, not a bad degree difference for the Big Bend region. When you take a look at our satellite radar, there's nothing really to talk about for Tallahassee at the moment. But if you're in Orlando or Jacksonville, you're starting to see a little bit of showers. So make sure you have the umbrellas and raincoats handy if you're in those regions. But Tallahassee, you will be seeing some rain as well on Thursday. As you look in the top left-hand corner, you see that cold front start making its way in with the storm showers. And Thursday, it will be making its way to our area, so there will be a possible chance for it raining. So make sure you have the umbrellas and raincoats handy on Thursday. When we take a look at our futurecast, when we set it into motion, it's a very cool night tonight. But when we get into afternoon on Wednesday, nothing really to talk about except nice warm weather. And we've seen some winds that's bringing some strong gusts as we saw today. It will be prevalent tomorrow and into Thursday. So make sure you wear nothing that's going to fly off in the wind. When we take a look at tonight's forecast, 58 degrees in Tallahassee, 60 in St. Mark's, 58 in Monticello, and in Bainbridge and Thomasville, you're seeing a nice 57 degrees. So overall, a very cool, calm night. When you take a look at tomorrow's, storm showers are going to be possible for the Big Bend region, 20% chance, so make sure you have raincoats and umbrellas handy. But for the degrees, Tallahassee, you're going back up to 79 degrees. So I wouldn't recommend wearing long pants. It might be kind of hot, so make sure you wear some shorts and some sandals just in case, because you don't want to overheat when you're out there in that sun. When you take a look at the day planner, it's going to be a cool start to the morning, so make sure you bring a light jacket. But by noon, you won't be needing it. It will be warming up to 75 degrees. And by midday, a nice 74 degrees overall. When you take a look at our 7-day forecast, when I move out the way, there will be some storm chances Thursday, 20% chance. And we take a look at Saturday and Sunday, all the way up into Monday, the 20% chance will still be lingering around. But overall, for temperature-wise, it's going to stay relatively the same throughout the week. And in the except for tomorrow, which will be in upper 70s and later on. But let's take a look at Troy with our southeast.
All right, thank you, Jay. And that was a lovely local segment. Really just all a really nice day and also lovely throughout the southeast for the most part, dominated by high pressure, so that's keeping our weather on the good side. But we'll notice a little bit of showers popping off at the east coast of Florida, mainly along the first coast region of Florida, including Jacksonville and St. Augustine. And that's due to that high pressure, that northeasterly wind flow is drawing in some moisture from the Atlantic side. So if you're going out around like Jacksonville Beach, Neptune Beach, or so traveling on the I-95 corridor, you may run into a little bit of showers in your travels, but hopefully that won't put a damper in your plans. But we're going to look ahead at what our low temperatures for today, and as you'll see, we got quite a little bit nippy and chilly. 58 degrees was our low temperature in the capital city, and a lot colder as you head towards your north along the sections of the Carolinas. 47 degrees along Savannah, and 45 degrees. That's, I don't know about you folks, but to me that is quite chilly. And fortunately, we'll see a little bit of warm up in temperatures throughout the week. But as far as your current temperatures are concerned, 71 degrees is the current temperature in the capital city, Tallahassee. 66 degrees in Montgomery, and 59 degrees is the temperature in Atlanta, being the cool spot in the map. And as you can see, they're dominated by high pressure, and that's allowing their temperatures to get on the rather chilly side. And as you look at your dew points, remember, dew points are good indicators how much moisture is in the atmosphere. And you see dew points in the 50s and even 30s, that indicates that humidities are in the comfortable side, and it is very dry in the atmosphere. And to illustrate that dryness in the atmosphere is by our winds, and that northeasterly flow, evidenced by our high pressure, is really to keep our temperatures on the cool side, and it's also helping to keep our humidity values rather on the low side as well. But going to your future casts, once again, high pressure will be the dominant feature going into your weather for the next couple of days as we extend out towards Wednesday. High pressure still remains in firm control, but it will shift east a little bit, especially as towards middle and the latter part of the week. And that slight eastward shift in high pressure is going to allow our winds to come out of the south, and that southerly wind direction out of the Gulf of Mexico is going to help increase our temperatures slightly, but it will still remain at seasonable levels. But for the most part, our gorgeous weather, sunshine, is really going to stay true, at least towards the end of the week. Now, as far as tonight's forecast is concerned, more chilly temperatures, but seasonable at that. 58 degrees will be overnight temperature for Tallahassee, and 50 degrees will be the overnight temperature in Atlanta. So for pretty much everywhere across the southeast, you're still going to want to have that light winter jacket. And as far as tomorrow's forecast is concerned, more comfortable, mild days ahead of us. 82 degrees is the high temperature for Tallahassee, 76 degrees Montgomery. So really not a bad day for going outside. But let's take it back to the desk. And guys, how long are you going to enjoy this awesome weather?
Hey, Troy, hopefully for some time. We've had very calm weather for today, and for the next couple of days, I would say it will be on the calm side, but other areas of the country are not seeing the calm weather. We are still seeing some storms across some of the nation.
They're certainly seeing the mixture of weather now, beginning to see more or less the winter effects of weather, and a lot of snow is in store from portions of Colorado all the way up into the northeast of Minnesota. So, Aaron, tell me a little more about how much snow they're expecting.
Well, some areas are actually expecting 3 to 6 inches of snow, and this is on top of some messy weather that they saw just a couple days ago. So a couple days ago, they were seeing thunderstorms, gusty winds, and rain, and now the snow is on the way. So they were already dealing with the unsettled weather, and more is on the way. I know there's going to be lots of icy roads along I-70. That's that road is covered in snow, and it's creating a lot of dangerous travel conditions for those in Colorado.
Certainly, folks, if you have any travel plans ranging from Colorado up into Minnesota, you want to make some precautions about very slippery roads and turning into eventually snowy roads. So
Right.
a lot of mixture going on in that area. However, though, Braden, tell me more about this system in general, the snowstorm.
Well, you know what, Jason, we're talking about the big story in the nation, and that is snow in the upper Midwest and upper plains. Here you go, see North Dakota, South Dakota experiencing some snowfall, rainfall to the east of it, just a big kind of storm system just enveloping the middle United States, rain down into Texas, also into Oklahoma. And they're going to be looking at that trend of snow, definitely in higher altitudes, a couple flurries. Current temperature sitting right now 69 in Memphis, Tennessee, 59 out in Kansas City, 40 up in Billings, Montana, cool spot. Down in New Orleans, 71 degrees, and warmer down in Miami, sitting at 78 degrees. Let's go ahead and check out your current watches and warnings, and you're going to see a couple of winter weather advisories, again, up in the Dakotas, up in Minneapolis, freeze watches going on down in Oklahoma, and then a couple flood warnings over here, but out in California, just to make sure, a couple of red flag warnings out in Los Angeles, so make sure you are aware of that. If you are out there, there is some dry conditions out there, and here we go, zooming in, you can see Missouri definitely experiencing a lot of rainfall. We'll go ahead and move this a little north, and you're going to see all this snowfall, especially in higher altitudes, definitely getting a couple of inches of snow, and it is going to continue to be that way for a while. Out in the Midwest, again, not much going on out in Oregon and Washington. Again, snow up in the upper altitudes, but other than that, not seeing much in the way of precipitation. We'll go ahead and zoom in on Nevada, and you're going to see a couple clouds rolling in, showers starting to make its way up into northern Nevada. However, that is not going to affect that much over the next couple days, and we'll go ahead and zoom out one more time, get the big picture. Rain, snow up in the Dakotas, definitely a lot of precipitation out in the mid-United States. Right here, there's a cool little graphic showing you the snow cover over the United States. Again, out in Colorado, in the Dakotas, up in Montana, some light snow, but other than that, not much snow going on anywhere else. Tonight's forecast looking cool, 21 out in Denver, 28 in Billings, Montana. Down in Miami, looking at 77 degrees. Our capital city, Tallahassee, tonight, 58 degrees. Tomorrow's forecast still cool for that upper Midwest, 40 degrees in Minneapolis, 44 in Billings, 59 out in Denver, Colorado, and 82 is your temperature in Tallahassee tomorrow. We'll go ahead and send it off to Nina and zoom into Tallahassee and see what we can find.
Thank you very much, Brandon. And we're going to see that temperatures are going to be climbing into tomorrow. But by the numbers, we saw beautiful on November 5th today. We will see 76 degrees was our high. Perfect outside. Was a bit breezy if you were wearing a hat or if your hair got all tousled because of that wind. But our low was a little bit warmer than average with 58 degrees last night. Now we will see that it is going to progress. That wind is going to progress until tomorrow. The wind should start dying down. Satellite and radar clear outside. A few pop-up showers to our north, but nothing much on the radar because it is high and dry outside, but we will be seeing those chances of rain increasing into the rest of the week. As we zoom out, we will see a little bit more showers to our east on the coast, and of course we will see that front approaching up here. All of those rain showers is because of that front moving eastward. And now that could also be increasing our chances of rain into the rest of the week. Now we are going to take a look at our current winds. They're coming primarily out of the northeast, 6 miles an hour in Tallahassee, 10 miles an hour in Bainbridge, a little bit breezier to the north. Those gusts though reach up into the 20s miles per hour. It's very gusty outside today, very windy. If you are, like I said, wearing a hat or got your hair tousled by that wind. Because of this high pressure is the cause of all of that wind, bringing in cool temperatures, breezy conditions outside. As that high pressure system moves on through, the winds should be coming primarily out of the east. Going to be a lot warmer tomorrow though. Chances of clouds are going to be increasing as we head into the rest of the week. On Thursday, possibly a chance of showers. We will be looking into that further into the show. 58 degrees for tonight's low. building clouds overnight, but it is going to be cool. Nothing much to worry about. No rain chances in the evening if you're looking for that. But tomorrow, chances of rain, very, very minimal. But those clouds are going to be starting to build. A little bit more cloudy tomorrow than it was today. 72, just as beautiful outside. Winds are the cause of that cool temperature and those clouds. But we will see our 7-day planner as I step out of the way. Our day planner, I take that back. For tomorrow, a cool start to the day. You might want to wear a light sweater if you're going out in the morning, but it will be warming up to a beautiful 72, 75 in the area. Mild for the commute home at 74 degrees, but 7-day forecast, we will see that it is going to be beautiful for the rest of the week. Slight chance of rain increasing on Thursday with those clouds, but again, not much to worry about there. How do you guys feel about that at the desk?
Well, certainly these temperatures have been moderating now, more or less seasonable. However, though, into the Caribbean, they haven't seen seasonable weather-wise. More dry, but instead a lot of moisture.
They are seeing lots of rain. Some areas have already seen up to 4 inches. St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, they have already seen over 4 inches, and more is on the way. So they're expecting possibly 2 more inches on top of that, which can bring a damper to a lot of plans that tourists have that do head down there, especially in the wintertime.
Yes, and as they're also calling some advisories into Haiti and Dominican Republic in the mountain region areas. You could see some localized heavy flooding. So take precautions. You have any vacation or travel plans coming up in those areas. Unfortunately, still a little wet at this time.
Right, another thing that happens when you get those thunderstorms and rain out there, it brings the surf levels up, so then you have to be aware of that if you're going to be doing any activities
Gnarly
along
indeed.
the coastal waters. Yeah.
However, though, we're going to go ahead and take it around Florida with Braden. Braden, there's moisture in Florida. Please tell us more.
Actually, right now, Florida's experiencing a little bit of high pressure. We'll go ahead and check your radar. Sea breeze storms definitely on eastern South Florida. Sea breeze is in full force today, bringing in showers. But we're going to talk about the big story, this high pressure system right here over Alabama and Georgia. Nice, giving us dry air, a couple clouds, but that is giving us this northeasterly flow, and it's been very nice over the last couple days getting that flow, and it has definitely been helping our temperature stay cool, and it's been dry also over the last couple days. Currently sitting at 71 in Orlando, 62, cool spot up in Jacksonville, 71 also in the city of Tallahassee. Warmer down in Miami, 78 degrees, and Key West sitting at 79 degrees. Dew points giving you a good indicator of how much moisture is in the atmosphere, and you're really going to see drier air up in the northeast. Also for us, a 53-degree dew point in Tallahassee. Not very close to our temperature, which means it is pretty dry out there, but you can see definitely drier up in Atlanta, looking at 37-degree dew point up there. Temperatures up there still in the 50s. This will kind of be shown in your water vapor, where you'll see this green moisture down here definitely representing the moist air in the upper atmosphere. Central Florida experiencing extremely dry air, indicated by the orange. Us, we're kind of neutral right now. We're definitely seeing dry air, but not oppressively dry air like they are seeing in Central Florida, but still definitely comfortable, and it's going to be like that over the next couple days. Futurecast radar, high pressure in control, cool temperatures, and you can see that easterly flow, that high pressure is going to dissipate going into tomorrow, and we're going to come up with warm conditions Wednesday into noon. Again, that easterly flow starting to become a southeasterly flow a little bit. So over the next couple days before that front moves through, we are going to see a warm up, and that's going to be very nice for those of you who don't like the cold weather. We're definitely going to get it up a little bit over the next couple days, and that's going to be nice. Futurecast radar, again, you can see tonight at 7, those sea breeze showers definitely in full force out in the the peninsula of Florida. And those showers are going to make their way further east. Again, sea breeze showers Wednesday afternoon, a little more defined up in Jacksonville. Definitely a good chance of rain up in there. But we'll go into Wednesday, into Thursday morning. And again, rain showers, not really much. A couple showers down by West Palm Beach Thursday morning. Maybe a small disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. But don't worry about that. Not something we have been looking at yet. So definitely not something we have to worry about. Thursday night, going to be clearing out. Maybe a couple showers down in Miami. But that is going to be all we'll be talking about for the next couple days in terms of precipitation. 59 in Jacksonville tonight, 69 down in Orlando. Way warmer, 77 down in Miami. So we're definitely seeing that warm spot down in Miami because of, obviously, it's further south and surrounded by water. 80 in Jacksonville tomorrow, 86 down in Orlando, 88 out in Tampa. And that is all we have for Florida. We'll send it off with Troy to give you another look at your national forecast.
Right, thank you, Braden. And those temperatures are looking pretty classy, if I do say so myself, but we're going to look at what's going on across much of the United States. And you notice that the big story on the map is this little critter of this low pressure system that's located in the middle sections of the country, and that has given folks in that region, just all kinds of weather over there. And we're just going to explain that just specifically what's going to be happening over there in just a second. But we do have some watches and warnings to tell you about, and where you see this is what's indicated by purple. That means that we do have winter weather advisories, and what that means is that folks in the region, particularly along the Dakotas all the way to the Minnesota parts of the country, have a decent chance of seeing a good amount of snowfall, 3 to 6 inches in fact. So if you're traveling along that region, you're going to want to make sure that you stay tuned to your local weather authorities and pay attention to the roads, because they could be quite slippery. And where you see those watches in the blue, that is a freeze watch. So basically what that means is that conditions could, temperatures could dip below the freezing mark, 32 degrees. So really just if you're traveling around the region or you're having any outdoor activities, you're going to want to have that light jacket in handy. But we're going to focus on the southeast real quick, and really they're seeing, as far as the best weather in the country, we're dominated by high pressure across the southeast, with the exception of a little bit of showers moving towards the northeast coast of Florida. But all in all, really nothing, no bad action going on in there right now. But where all the action is in the Midwest. You can see it's indicated by these blue colors. That shows a lot of snowfall along the Midwest region, along the Dakotas. So if you're traveling on the I-35 region, take it easy, because we could see a significant amount of snowfall. So you don't want to get caught in any slippery travel, because they have reports of some dangerous travel weather conditions. But on the warm sector of the system, it's rainfall. You see down southward towards Missouri and Kansas, a little bit of heavy rainfall going to be. So that does create the chance for flooding. So once again, if you're traveling along the roads there, once again, I-35 extends southward all the way down towards the panhandle of Oklahoma, you're going to want to be on the lookout for the roads and make sure you don't get caught in any running water if you're traveling on the interstates or any major highways and that. Once again, just to give you a good idea what's happening across the country here, this low pressure system that's responsible for the majority of your weather. But as far as your current temperatures are concerned, actually the future cast, you can see that you sit out towards Tuesday, that front's going to progress eastward and really just going to affect our weather over the coming days, not till later in the week. Current temperatures, you can clearly see the divide in our temperatures. We're the warm sector in the east, with the coldness in the northwest, 39 degrees free temperature in Denver, and 24-hour temperature change. You can see how much they've changed. It's 17 degrees in Albuquerque, and 2 degree change in Denver. So really very cold change over in the northwest. And we're going to shift it towards your tonight's forecast. It's going to be tomorrow's forecast, actually, in fact, warm across the southeast, 82 degrees in New Orleans, and 49 degrees in Kansas City. Let's take it back out to the desk with Aaron and Jason.
Hey, thanks, Troy. And that snowstorm. Well, in another day, we're gonna have a couple weather days in history. There in 1894, there was also another storm in Connecticut.
There was on, this is on election day, so imagine the chaos when you're getting a huge, massive snowstorm, when all those people have to go out on the roads to vote. They got 12 inches of wet snow, and it caused a lot of damage to wires and also trees.
And it certainly sounded like a pleasant day in weather history. Another one also in Death Valley in 1987. They received over half their yearly rainfall in one day. 1.2 inches they received in one day. However, though, folks, 2.2 inches is their average rainfall the whole year.
Right. Imagine if here in Florida, even though we see rain all the time, if we got half of our yearly total, it would be insane. People would not know what to do.
It'd be flooding on top of it. Over in the Death Valley, you have just nothing but rocks.
Exactly.
So certainly
there's not enough. The ground
soil.
isn't porous. It's not porous at all, so it just slides right off. It's like raining on tile.
It does, certainly. We're going to go ahead and, though, take it around with me. And last local, folks, not looking too bad today. Didn't reach around the mid-70s as our high for today. Around 75 degrees reach at 4 p.m. If you wake up in the morning, though, it was very chilly. I did take my coat heading out to class this morning. Reached all the way down into the high 50s. 58 degree, of course, was very low as of 6 a.m. this morning. So certainly a little fluctuation between the chilliness of the morning and then some warmth in the day. Current temperatures, though, 71 degrees. Few clouds still linger around the sky. As the sun begins to set, though, those temperatures will once again drop into the low 60s, maybe reach a couple 50s into the low-lying areas. Now, overall, though, not looking too bad. We have just some cloud cover throughout the day. A few showers to the east and west. That's from associated sea breeze showers, but overall for most of the Big Bend region, not looking too bad. Just had some cloud cover, mostly sun though today, so certainly one of those good seasonable days, I would say. Satellite radar though, not showing too much. We do have a high pressure system, like most of them have been saying today, dominating most of the southeast region. Some enhanced flow though is giving some nice strong showers into parts of Jacksonville, heading into Gainesville. So some showers associated with the eastern portions of Florida. But the next big system though, like I was saying, is all the showers and thunderstorms associated into New Orleans and central portions of Texas. That's that next cold front that could be making its way through going into the later parts of the week. However, though, next few days, cool, like I said again tonight. We have this winds coming out of the east, so in the low levels of our atmosphere, we're getting that moisture back. However, though, we don't have those upper level supports of the atmosphere to get those showers kicking on through. Knowing the next few days, though, we're getting that moisture begin to increase as the days do go on. Hence, the warmth also begin to increase. We'll see those temperatures getting up into the high 70s, and then now beginning to, in the lows, once again getting to the 60s. So, like I said, next few days we see these arrows of the winds coming from the east, and eventually, as that cold front makes its way Thursday, expect the winds to come out from the Gulf of Mexico. So, certainly help give us a chance maybe of a shower or two. Heading out to the beach tomorrow, though, not looking too bad. We do have the winds out of the east at 15 knots. Wind surf is at 2 to 4 feet. A little chilly, I would say, though, if you're heading on the water, 68 degrees. Now, the boating forecast, though, looking good. If you want to head out to go some fishing or something, eastern winds coming out 15 knots. Isolated possible shower going into tomorrow night as that front does make its approach. So, folks, you're heading out to some drift boating maybe tomorrow night. Well, you do want to take maybe a umbrella or something to, of course, help if you do have a shower. Now, going to tomorrow's forecast, though, 58 degrees, not looking too bad. Like we said, though, those clouds will be building, and hence that moisture will be coming back into the region. So those temperatures will begin to bump up on the lows. Maybe you'll see some 60s going into the parts of Thursday. Daily planner, though, heading out to the door tomorrow. If you're heading out to work right around to 8 a.m., 65 degrees. A cool start to the morning. The sun does peak on out, though, into noontime, warming up. And like I said, going into later parts of the week, more a seasonable day once again. Heading the next 7 days, though, is not looking too bad, folks. It is not Halloween tomorrow. We will not be seeing those ghosts anymore for a long time. And yes, we did already turn our clocks back this previous Saturday. So overall, looking like a more seasonable day. Not so much less those chances of rain in our forecast.
Yeah, thankfully we shouldn't be seeing much rain at all. We'll be enjoying the sunshine just like everybody loves in Florida.
Of course, certainly does. Our last story for today, though, we do have some late winter storms that could be shifting tracks. Aaron, tell me a little more.
Well, with this change in pattern, we could be seeing some severe weather, all different kinds of weather across the western part of the country. So southwest, they're going to be seeing a lot of gusty winds, while areas in the northwest are going to be seeing heavy rain, and then all of the higher elevations in the mountains in the rest of the west, they're going to be dealing with the snow. So we have all sorts of weather occurring from these systems that could bring some problems for those people.
Some snow certainly in the forecast for the central portions of west, and severe weather could be affecting us going into the later parts of winter. However, though, 7-day forecast, once again, not looking too bad for you. We're moderating out once again the high 70s. The low, the low temperature for the week will be heading around Saturday morning at 51 degrees, chilly.
Yeah, that is chilly, but not nearly as cold as we were seeing just a few days ago with those 40s, actually just about 2 nights ago. So we're much more seasonable now, more like typical November weather for Tallahassee. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can always have constant weather updates there. Also watch us on livestream.com/FSU Weather at any time. And of course, find our Facebook page as well. That's facebook.com and just search FSU Weather and like us there. Thanks for watching.